Hello everyone, welcome back to Knowledge Bytes. In our previous episode, we went behind the scenes and discovered what happens inside ChatGPT after you press enter. We learned how foundation models process your prompt using tokens, embeddings, context windows, attention, and next token predictions, right? But today's question is different. What exactly is a large language model? Is ChatGPT the only one, or is it just an example of something much bigger? The answer is much bigger. Large language models, or LLMs, are transforming the way we search, write, code, learn, and solve problems. And in this episode, we will discover why they are one of the biggest breakthrough in artificial intelligence. Okay, so let's go back just few years. If you wanted AI to translate text, you needed one model. If you wanted AI to summarize a document, you needed another. If you wanted AI to summarize, answer a questions or generate a code, you needed completely different systems. Each model was designed for specific one task, right? Then came large language models. Instead of building separate AI models for every problem, researchers built one incredibly powerful model that could perform hundreds of different large language tasks. So that changed everything. Today, a single LLM can write email, explain complex concepts, or translate languages, or generate code, or summarize reports, brainstorm ideas, and even assist with researchers. This ability to perform many tasks from one model is what makes LLM truly revolutionary. So what can an LLM actually do? The better question might be, what cannot it do? So large language models are incredibly versatile. Need help writing a professional email? An LLM can do it. So wanted to summarize hundreds pages of documents, it can do it. Need code in the Python or Java? No problem, it can do it. So it can translate languages, generate SQL queries, and explain scientific concepts, analyze data, brainstorm marketing ideas, prepare interview questions, create lesson plans, and much more. The same model adapts to different tasks simply by changing the prompt. That's why the prompt engineering has become such an important skill. We will explore prompt engineering in the next episode. The model stays the same, only your instructions change. That's the power of the prompt engineering. Now, so how does one model learn to perform so many different tasks? The answer is on training. LLMs are trained on enormous collections of text from the books or articles or websites, research papers, public code repositories, and many other sources. But here is an important point. The model doesn't memorize every sentence. Instead, it learns patterns. Think about how a child learns a language. Children don't memorize every conversational they have ever heard, right? So they gradually recognize the grammars, vocabulary, sentence structures, and relationship between the words. Large language models learns in a similar way, but at a large, incredible the scale, right? So during training, they observe billions or even trillions of words and discover how language naturally works. So that's why they can generate responses they have never seen before. They have predicting what is most likely to come next based on everything they have learned, right? So let's understand the compare the between the traditional machines and the traditional language models and the large language models, right? So traditional machine learning models are usually built for one purpose. The spam detection model detects a spam, or fraudulent the detection model identify the fraudulent transactions. The recommendations model suggests the products. Each model solves one problem. Large language models are different. One LLM can perform many tasks without retraining. Instead of building a new model every time, you simply provide different prompts. This shift from task-specific models to the general-purpose large language models is one of the biggest changes in the modern AI. Instead of teaching machines one skill at a time, we are teaching them to understand language itself, right? So now, so today, several organizations have developed their own large language models. OpenAI created the ChatGPT family. Anthropic introduced Claude. Google developed Gemini. Meta released the Llama as an open source alternative. Minstrel AI focuses on efficient open models, or Amazon introduced Nova models through the Amazon Bedrock. DeepSeek has also gained the attention with the powerful open models. Each model has its own strength, so some excel at reasoning, or some specialized in coding, or some focuses on enterprise securities, or isn't it? So other emphasizes speed or efficiency or open sources flexibility. So theirs isn't one model perfect. The best model depends on the problem you are trying to solve. So next, understand. So if you may think you are using LLMs when you chatting with the ChatGPT, right? But in reality, they are everywhere. When a GitHub Copilot helps developers write code, that's an LLM. So when Microsoft Copilot summarizes meetings, that's an LLM. So when Amazon Q helps employees search, like employees to search enterprises knowledge bases, that's an LLM. When customer support assistance answers a question, right? So LLM are working behind the scenes. Now I understand. Even search engines are becoming conversational because of large language models, right? Whether you are a student or software engineer, business analyst, or content creator, you are already interacting with LLMs every single day. So now let's understand. So this is only the beginning. Future LLMs won't just generate the text. They will understand the images, audios, and videos together. They will reason through the complex business problems. They will work on intelligence assistants that remembers your preferences and help automate repeated tasks. They will collaborate with other AI systems, use external tools, and become more reliable for enterprises applications. In upcoming years, LLM will become a core technology across healthcare or education systems, financials, software development, manufacturing, and scientific researches. So we are moving from AI that simply answers questions to AI that help us accomplish the real work, isn't it? So let's test what we have learned with a few AWS AI practitioner style questions. Here's the first questions. Which statement best describes a large language model? The correct answer is it predicts the next token based on a patterns learned during the training, right? So here's another example. Which AWS service provides access to the foundational model without managing infrastructure? So the answer is Bedrock. Questions like this are common in AWS certified AI practitioner exams because they test your understanding of foundation models, LLMs, and AWS AI services. If you are preparing for a certification, make sure you are comfortable with these concepts. Let's recap what we have learned today. We learned why large language models represent one of the biggest breakthroughs in artificial intelligence. Unlike traditional machine learning models that solve one problem, LLMs can perform hundreds of large language tasks using the same underlying model. They learn patterns from massive amount of text, adapt through the prompt and power of many AI tools as we use today. Whether you are using ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Amazon Nova, another anything, right? You are experiencing the power of large language models. But here's something even more intelligent. The quality of LLM's response depends on heavily on how you ask the questions. The same model can produce an average answers are an exceptional answers based on the quality of input your prompt you are giving. So in our next episode we will explore the most valuable skills in generative AI, that is a prompt engineering. You will learn how to write the prompts that consistently produce better, more accurate and more useful AI responses. Until then, keep learning.